Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Yeah, what have I got on? There you go. I'm just keeping warm outdoors. What I thought I'd do is something a little bit different on this one. Obviously the Met Office have forecast quite a severe storm to hit the United Kingdom over today and tomorrow, so I thought I'd document the arrival of Storm Ciara, as they've named it, and just do a bit of a storm video, document it, see how bad it gets. As you probably all know, if you've been keeping tabs on the news and the weather, there's forecast for some 70-80 mile an hour winds with strong and damaging gusts. I've always had an interest in the weather and meteorology and all things to do with severe weather, being a bit of a weather geek since I've been like a little lad, so it's quite interesting to me. So I'm going to document it. I'm just out seeing how it develops over the next couple of hours, and tomorrow the weather's meant to be even worse, so we'll come back tomorrow and see how the wind's picking up. Got the Bushbox XL stove, which I've got for making hot chocolates on in the woods and things like that, so I'm going to just fire that up now and see how the weather develops over the next couple of hours. But something a little bit different for all you weather geeks out there, and hopefully it's not typical Met Office exaggeration, and we'll see some interesting and stormy weather. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy this bit of a different video. Right folks, you've just seen on that short clip there how easy this stove is to when I say assemble, it's all hinged, so it's just a case of taking it out of the canvas carrying pouch that it comes with, which looks really sturdy, and letting it fold out. And then there's a grate and an ash catcher incorporated within the body of the stove itself, and they are also hinged, and they just fall flat. I mean, there's tons of videos online about this particular stove, and I think one of the main debates is whether this is better or the firebox stove is better. I don't know. I've just got this, so time will tell as I use it. The first couple of test goes I've had with it over the past couple of days, I've been impressed, and it does what it's meant to do, and it efficiently burns wood, and it's easy to light, it's easy to ignite. It's a nice big access port here on the front for loading in new wood or fuel. and just because of the size of it, it's really easy to maintain a fire. And when I've looked at the instructions online, it says because of the larger wood stoves, they create a more strong chimney effect, and I would have to say that all rings true so far. So all I've done is had a couple of test burns in it, but what I'm going to do now is just have a bit of a coffee and boil some water, just using a kettle from a Trangia set that I've got, and see how long it takes and how efficient it is. It's obviously windy, hence the nature of this video, and I'm not using a windshield. I won't be timing it, but I'll just have a rough estimation of how long it's taken just to boil a kettle full of water. It's a kettle from a Trangia 27 set, just in case you're interested in the finer details there. But I'm going to get a fire lit, I'll show you me doing that, and we'll get some water boiled up and see how it turns out. Some of the reading up I've been doing about these stoves, I see a lot of people concerned because they say the stove has warped and the metal's warped on it, and I've seen a really good review. I can't think of the guy that's done it. I think possibly Paul Bissiker, Bushcraft, I may be wrong, highlighted the fact that even in the instructions from Bushbox and Bushcraft Essentials themselves, they say keep the fire a cool fire. It will warp if you overheat it. So if you're using it as a kind of throwing loads of kindling and logs in it to kind of keep warm when you've got a massive hot fire in it which you're keeping going for hours on end, I think they do say there is a risk of it warping. It's designed for small fires, only put in the fuel that you need to keep heating your vessel, and you're going to minimise the chances of it warping. That's what I've read. Whether that is successful for me, whether it warps, I will let you know on a future video in the channel, but I'm just going to be mindful of that when I'm using it, and just use it in accordance with the instructions. It really is that simple. So I'm going to get it lit and we'll see how it fares boiling up this kettle. So unlike the smaller wood burning stove, which there was a video on a couple of months ago where I had trouble loading the wood, feeding the wood into the body of the stove itself, there's no such problems with this. You've obviously got this large square cutout on the front panel. You know, I could put some more in now, but again, mindful of the instructions, I'm not going to start overloading it. When I need to, I'm going to add in another piece of kindling. I'm just going to keep the fire around that level. It's not too hot, but the heat is you know, it's going to be more than sufficient to boil the water in that kettle. Got watery eyes, the smoke is blowing directly into my eyes. But yeah, a nice hot brew. There's something nice and relaxing, isn't there, about using wood fired stoves. I know you can use that with a meths burner. You can put the trivets in about halfway and you can mount a methylated spirit burner between them, but there's just something nice about it. The time it takes to light it, keeping it lit, and the smell, smoke, not when it's blowing into your eyes granted, but there's just something nice, isn't it, about being around camp with a proper fire going. It makes you feel cosy and homely, and it's just nice, isn't it? Harks back to our youth, fond memories of camping trips with parents and so on, things like that. So I'm going to get a lot of use out of this stove. I'm looking forward to using it, heating up hot chocolates, having lots of fun with the little ones, and enjoying this bit of kit. So I'm pleased to have got it. I'm going to put it to some good use. And just by way of an update, after the storm has passed, and hopefully, you know, we're all still here and we haven't the world hasn't ended in some kind of apocalyptic storm, I'm going to be heading to Anglesey and walking a small section of the Anglesey coastal path, just taking in some lovely views. I think I'm going to take this stove with me and take a load of kindling and cook up something nice on it. So if you stay tuned for that video, like I say at the end of most of the videos, if you're not a subscriber, please do consider subscribing to MCM Outdoor Show. And if you hit the thumbs up, it's only a small gesture, a click of the mouse, so please do it, because that really does help the channel, and I appreciate that. If you could just take time to do that small thing, that would be absolutely brilliant. And anyone who's not subscribed, of course, consider subscribing to MCM Outdoor Show. If you're a user of Facebook, there's an MCM Outdoor Show closed group. If you come and join it, I say it on every video, it's full of like-minded people who all love the outdoors. We've all got that in common. Really friendly bunch. If you've got any questions or you need any tips, help or advice, we're all willing to give it. So it's a great place to be, so come and join our Facebook group. And also, any Instagram users out there, we do have an Instagram feed, so head over to Instagram and find MCM Outdoor Show, find us on there. So I know the wind's picked up. Well, it had picked up a little bit when I was filming this about half an hour ago, and it seems to have died down again so far. So we'll keep an eye on it, and hopefully it gets a little bit interesting about the video. But I'm just going to sit, relax, watch this fire and enjoy my coffee. Okay, it is the day of Storm Ciara. Let's have a little look outside. So as you can see, it's really quite windy. I've been in work for the first half of the day and the conditions have been pretty extreme. On the way into work there was like quite localised flooding coming up to the tops of the wheel arches on my vehicle. There's lots of downed trees and road closures, and my parents are up in Ciara Bay, so I'm going to give you a taster of what it's like right now. So you've seen that, it's pretty tasty up there. That's in Anglesey, Ciara Bay. We are in West Lancashire now, and there's still some quite strong gusts. There's been gusts of up to 93 miles an hour. I'm quite lucky, well I say all my fences are intact. I've just seen that. The first fence is down. They're not in the best of nick anyway. As you can see, that's pretty much knackered, that one. oh, update, we're in a squall. Oh my word, this is horrific. Literally just had to, let's see if we've let's get out. Whoa. Oh, that's just passed over. Really damaging. Squall line winds. Listen to that. The whole roof's just nearly gone in. Oh, that's passed over. I missed the worst of it because it was upstairs. That was intense. Really powerful. Let's hope there's some more. Wow. That was brilliant. Oh, it's back! Oh, Jesus Christ! This is the wind whipping up around them trees. That is... Oh. Trampolines a bit. Now we've got damage. Look at that. Bit of pot blowage. Ominous sounding wind, isn't it? If we get another one of those micro bursts, I'm going to come in here in the porch and try and get the impact from inside here. So when it's safe, I'll go and fix my pot. I'm hoping, praying we get another one of them just so I can capture it for you. I think some parts of the country aren't getting this as bad. I'm right in West Lancashire, in the northwest of the country, not too far from the coast, by Formby and Southport, so we're quite exposed here. It's a load of flat farmland, so we've got no terrain breaking the winds, so we've got a good run of it, and I love it. Dead exciting. Listen to it. Howling. Spooky, isn't it? Right. I'll bring you back if there's any developments.